Hey guys, make a quick vid about MNTS. So this could be a quick one because it is just my fake 5-minute flag pattern that just happened to have an offering after the pattern happened. So just to go over this, I made a video called a fake 5-minute flag, and the concept is real simple. Okay, something goes up only, squeezes shorts. This is on like a you know multi-day run, very extended, right? It pulls back. It comes back to the 5-minute 9. It could be the 5-minute 8, 5-minute 10, whatever. Like, just learn what a basic 5-minute flag is. Tons of retail trades this. Super simple. Okay. There's usually some painted range, right? I posted this on my Twitter. I was like, man, I'm waiting for this 3.37 and then 3.4. So I noticed this lower high, this lower high. It'd be great if it got over that. That's all I was waiting for. It went straight up. I talked about this in my BJDX video, where it's like when I just see steady volume, like very steady, consistent volume. This is when the long trap patterns later on work really well, right? When this is just like steady accumulation. I do not like guessing high day on any of these. I like waiting for structure, waiting for the pullback, waiting for painted levels, waiting for some aggressive. Look at this. Look how low this volume got. Again, every single long trap, it's the same thing, guys. Volume gets real low at support. You get big initiation. It breaks key levels. In this case, 3.4, 3.37, and ultimately 3.5. You never quite know how high it's going to go. Every long thinks it's going to go to high day. It doesn't go to high day. Comes back down. Right I took this directly from my video. If you haven't seen my video, go watch the fake 5-minute flag. This is the criteria. It's the same thing. You can pause the video, you can read this, you can go back and click my old video. It's the same thing. This happens over and over again. This happens probably multiple times per week. You just want to see up only. You want to see shorts get squeezed. You want to see a pullback. In this case, it was nice because we had VWAP, and we had the 5-minute 9. So that's really nice. I actually shorted this candle, the 1045 candle, but then we had a pullback and then another big initiation. So again, in my old video, I call this a do or die candle. I'm like, this candle either has to go break new highs, or it's a die. So it's do or die. Either it does the squeeze or it doesn't do the squeeze, right? So like, and usually those candles are like big, big, big. It's like these types of candles where it comes back to support. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of shares come in all at once. You see it on a tape. You see the buying on a tape. You see more key levels to the upside get broken, or sometimes hit a hidden seller, and either it goes or it doesn't go. Right? On Pixie, for example, of a do or die candle, I wasn't trading this because shares were expensive. So I guess I kind of saved me because I thought here's also my pattern: big up only squeeze, 5-minute 9. And once this broke 1.8, I said this candle was do or die. I was like, this either has to keep going or this is going to stall, come back down. If you watch the tape on Pixie on this candle at 12:54, there's no selling on tape. It was just relentless buying, right? But anyway, enough about that. What's some really good lessons about this is that you get a deep pullback. So the play ends up working. I took some profits below VWAP. But as you see, whenever you get big down only, what's very common on strong tickers is that you get a backside squeeze and then a big leg down, right? So when I saw this squeeze, it's coming. My average is 3.4. You know what I mean? I only took a tiny partial profit down here. I wasn't even worried about this because of how aggressive this was. I was like, man, this is like 17 green candles in a row. Wasn't even worried. Because I knew once it pulled back and the volume got low, it was likely to give some type of bullish move. That didn't go anywhere, right? So this candle, 1218, this candle, 1223, I was looking at both those candles. I should have added my covers back. I didn't do it. That would have been the pro move to do. But then it comes back to support. And as you see, support, which is this like low 2.8, gets held. And I have a joke amongst my short seller friends, and it's a joke I started a couple years ago, and it's something I always say. I always say never cover, right? Which of course there's some shorts who actually legit never cover. Like I took a partial down here in the 2.8s, 2.9s. Um, there's some shorts that really live by that. They're like, I'm just not going to cover until I'm up 30, 40%. I don't quite do that, but um, I used to micromanage my trades too much, and I used to overthink about price action too much. And over the past year and a half, I've been saying this thing. I go never cover because um, I realized that if your pattern works, if this is like a liquidity trap that leads to the big move, there's pretty much two possibilities. Either it's going to work or it's not going to work. And the only way it's not going to work is if this level, which I had my risk at probably 3.53, just up here. I figured if this came back up to the 3.5, mid 3.5s, like my pattern wasn't going to work, right? So it's like you just put your risk at a level where your pattern doesn't work anymore. And then the less you think about it, the less you adjust your position, the more money you make. Hey guys, had to make it. Sorry. But yeah, what I was saying was I was in 3.4. I saw the backside clear out, came back down to support. It's holding the support, and sometimes it's as a short seller, it's great to see support hold like this because if the play doesn't work, as long as it doesn't hit your risk, as long as it doesn't, and my risk was in 3.5s, like mid 3.5s, as long as it doesn't hit that, eventually uh, all these like little liquidity moves where it's like fake initiation, fake initiation, fake initiation. Eventually, if it doesn't hit your risk, it will come back down to these higher lows, to this heavily defended support level, and it's going to crack it. And when it does, every single long is going to have their stop loss there, no matter what. In this case, this gives you an idea of how this rigging really works. You have you had these like small bullish initiations, you know, gets rejected, gets rejected. You have the biggest one of them all offer, then they offer, right? So this is all calculated, right? It's swipe, trap as many longs, swipe as many backside shorts as you can, do the biggest move, but they're not looking to do, 3.4s, 3.5s because they're looking to offer, they're looking to dump the shares. There's not enough liquidity. If you look at this, there's very little liquidity in the stock. It comes back down. They do an offering. In this case, it's one of those intraday offerings that fade into end of day, and a lot of times you could just AFK hold until end of day. So, so some good lessons. Some good lessons about, trade the long trap, right? Set your risk, and then if the trade's working, you could be like me. You could take some initial profits with a deeper price target lower. You could be some like other shorts where they just hold and hold and hold, and either they make 30% or they make nothing. You know what I mean? But yeah, the less you think about your exits, or I should say, the simpler your exit strategy is when the play is working, which simply means know what targets you're aiming for, know what your risk is, and then don't look at the chart. You know what I mean? Just don't look at the chart. You know, like me and my fellow short buddies say, we say never cover, right? Obviously, I do take some covers, but the joke of never cover is you really have to develop that mentality when your trade's working of like never cover, man. Never like my price target is in the low twos. Never cover. Just don't cover. Now everyone has their own strat, but anyways, I just want to make a quick video on this. It was a nice trade. It's always nice when the offering drops. You never know. But believe it or not, a lot of offerings drop after long traps, man. They long trap it into the offering. So if you trade long traps, and you understand what the traps are and what the liquidity levels are, hey, man, like eventually, it's going to be your lucky day. You're going to be in an offering, and you're going to make 40, 50% on a trade. It's going to be great. So hope that helps. And yeah, and there were so many other plays today I could talk about, but this is just a lot of nice little lessons in this chart. So, all right, guys, have a good one.